Good morning, happy Monday. Welcome to Wake Up with Bunny. I am so glad that you are here. I've got my water, I've got my coffee, I've got the internet. What more could a girl possibly want? So let us jump into the news feed. What is going on in the internet these days? I hope everyone had an awesome weekend. I hope that you were able to catch the Bunny Show live yesterday on Sundays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. This is really good. All right, let's just jump in. Out of the hundreds of girls you'll fuck, you'll only need to vet a handful for something serious. Good morning, Eric. I'm glad you're here. This is an important reminder. I give you all the credit. Let's round of applause right here. That's a big deal. Good job. Out of the hundreds of girls you'll fuck, you don't have to vet everyone for something serious. Not everyone is there for that. Okay, so keep in mind that and this is true whether you fuck 10 people over the course of your lifetime or hundreds, pushing 1,000. It does not matter how many girls you have sexual relations with. You're not going to think of every single person as marriage material or dating material, anything serious. Now, the very first time you meet her, maybe you may think, well, this has potential. She's pretty, she's cute, she checks all my physical boxes, she's easy to get along with, but then like something comes up. You don't have to vet everyone. There are tons of girls who are going to be fuck buddies. You're going to have one night stands. You're going to have friends with benefits, but only the girls who are like girlfriend candidates, moving towards something a little bit more monogamous, then you can start to vet the girl. You don't have to do it with everybody. That's a lot of work. So just don't make so much work for yourself. A lot of you guys are just working too hard, and that's right up there with trying too hard. What does bow tied mean? I see all these bow tied accounts. I have had the same question. Let's see what it says in the comments. Because at first I thought it was just like a group. Okay. It's meant to indicate someone who has experience in a particular niche, be it finance, dentistry, fitness, etc. Usually former professionals in the field now passing down their knowledge. Bow-tied bull, yeah. I think it's a variation of red pill, rebranding for the millennials version. That makes sense too, and it goes hand in hand with what I've seen. Just a cute little trend with no deeper meaning. Yeah, I kind of thought it was like more like a retweet group of sorts. Oh, this should be good. I'm pretty excited about this. Oh, it's an ad. Damn it. That was mean. Did she talk about Ritz crackers or something? All right, now we're in it. We're watching it. I remember when they used to put the scores in real time up on the screen for the girls. That is nuts. And they're all in the same swimsuit. And also, would you please notice, I don't understand how that's a Ritz. Oh, it was it was a Miss Universe ad. That makes a little bit more sense. I saw like Ritz crackers and got thrown. It was, do you notice that in that video, all the girls truly look like they are from the region that they are representing? That's not as visible now, I would say. Girls don't meet up with money don't meet up with men they're not interested in. Exactly. Most girls, okay, this is probably going to be really good. I haven't even read it, but I know it's going to be good. Most girl problems could be solved in one of two ways. Ask her out. Not sure if she likes you, ask her out. Want to get to know a girl better? Ask her out. Wonder if she has a boyfriend? Ask her out. Exactly. It's true. If we have a boyfriend, we'll tell you when you ask us out. If you want to know if we like you, ask us out, because we are not going to go out with somebody that we're not interested in. Want to get to know a girl better? Ask us out. Get in front of more girls, and most likely hung up on one girl because you're not in front of more girls. Need to get smoother with girls? Talk to more girls. So if you struggle with girls, you need more practice to talk to more girls. Talk to more girls. It's just a must. All right, we're going to jump into the comments real quick. Eric says, I want to date models down the road, provided I can cultivate myself into the man I need to become. This is awesome. It's a good goal. I want you to be sure that you are talking to every girl you see right now, whether she's model worthy or not. Keep in mind that the more practice you can get and the more comfort level that you can get around women of all ages, attractiveness levels, and just the people who turn you on will go a long way. But you're right. You also have to you have to put yourself in those same circles where models are. Models aren't hanging out at the local, convenience store. They're in major metropolitan areas. They're in hotbeds of entertainment and nightlife. Models are in a specific group. So if that's your goal, it's an admirable one. I'm all for it. You need to put yourself not only at that level, from your finances to your wardrobe to the person that you present yourself to be, but you also have to then, if you're in Podunk, Iowa, you're not going to run into them. So you have to put yourself in the places where they are also. Let's see. Doing math. Clearly, I can't even make words this morning, so I think doing math is a terrible, terrible idea. Oh, let's see what this is.
Because I'm only looking for husband energy at the moment. I ended things with him and I sent him a text because it wasn't that serious. I didn't feel like I needed to do it in person. Anyways, I sent him a text, told him that I didn't see it going any further, and nice guy, good guy, treated me well. But once I realized that he was not my husband, because I'm only looking for husband energy, looking for nice guy, good guy, treated me well. But once I realized that he was not my husband, because I'm only looking for husband energy at the moment, I ended things with him and I sent him a text because it wasn't that serious. I didn't feel like I needed to do it in person. Anyways, I sent him a text, told him that I didn't see it going any further, and he agreed. He said that he didn't think that he could make me happy. And while I appreciate that, it was a very kind response, he didn't even try. He didn't even try and say that he like wanted to change, that he wanted to like whatever. Like, I can be manipulated. I will listen to you. But you didn't even, nice guy, good guy, treated me well. But once I realized that he was not my husband.
I mean, girls just sometimes can't be pleased. You know, I mean, that's pretty ridiculous because there's so many red flags here. But let's start at the beginning. I'm only looking for husband energy right now. This is a real sign that something is a little bit off, shall we say. If she's looking for a husband, or I'm looking for a husband right now, you know, and I just didn't see that going anywhere, that's one thing. But I'm only looking for husband energy right now. Seems a little woo-woo, like she did tarot cards right before meeting up with him, and she like prayed to the fairies right, you know, after. It sounds weird. Number two, what is with girls just like recording themselves talking? Do these girls not have friends? I don't understand this desire to like be getting dressed. She's essentially just sitting there putting her shoes on and telling this story about how she's butthurt that she was dumping a guy and was offended that he didn't try harder. You're dumping him. You're saying it's not going to work out, and there's no investment there yet. You know, this is a great example of girls' imaginations working in your favor. Whether you are attracted to her, or whether, you know, she's a social circle girl, or whether she's in early dating stages, keeping a girl's imagination running wild goes a long way. You don't have to answer everything straight. She can make it up herself. She was more invested in this than he was. And so when she said, I don't think this is going to go anywhere, clearly it's a very early stage game at this point. They weren't dating. They had gone on a date or two, maybe. This is very, very minor. And yet she's mad that he's not like deeply invested in fighting for her. Oh my gosh, she's got some learning to do. This is a great point. Nothing to do with attraction and dating, but I'm taking it. There's countless people in the world less innately smart and or talented than you, but they aren't sitting on the sidelines overthinking their every move. You know, I say jump and think later. You have to make moves. You have to continue to move forward in order to make stuff happen. You can always go, I'm going to start a daily morning show at 7 a.m. and I'm going to wake up. And before I've even had my first sip of coffee, I'm going to be talking to the universe, talking to my friends online in a live platform, in a squeaky chair and a bare room. And it doesn't matter where I am or what's happening. I'm going to talk to these people 6 mornings a week. And then if it's a shit show, if it doesn't work out, you can always say, it didn't work out. It's okay. Life is long. We can make tons of mistakes. We will make tons of mistakes, but you can't make any mistakes or have successes if you don't put one foot in front of the other and start. So kudos to this tweet, Ryan Stevens. He always puts out pretty solid stuff. Let's see what Path to Manliness has to say this morning. Women don't respect you as a house husband. Men need to provide. You know, I agree. I've seen several within my own like extended friend group, I would say acquaintance circles, where the man is a stay-at-home dad because the woman is a medical doctor, is, went through, some higher degree program, and she just earns more. She's just the higher earning potential partner. And so once the children start coming, she starts working and he stays home with the kids. It makes sense on paper, but inevitably she completely stops respecting him, and it generally goes downhill very quickly. Now, a lot of times in those scenarios, I believe couples will stick it out a little bit further than if the wife is unhappy and bored and things like that, because the guys will be so busy running Cub Scouts, being a troop leader, doing, activities, keeping the kids busy, running by a schedule, that they don't notice that the rest of their life is essentially falling apart. But they are raising amazing kids, and there's a lot to be said for that. But I agree with what Path to Manliness is saying here. Women don't respect you as a house husband. Men need to provide. I think that there's a lot of truth to that. You need to date a bisexual girl at least once in your life. High sex drive. They appreciate female form. They'll fuck other girls with you. There's no downside. And if you would like to check this out, pick up my threesome book. It's in the description box below. This is pretty good. Woman astronaut, because sandwiches won't make themselves up there. I love that. I need to share that with my friends. I mean, you guys and others. Oh, that's funny. Oh, man. What else is going on? Okay, here's what's weird. Like, some place like that was retweet. They're still retweeting there. Retweet and tweet, comment, or whatever. But in other places, it's post, repost. Now that it's X, it's like there's stuff that's all wonky all over the place. Let's see. You guys have some weird habits. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yes. Good point, Tim. I think he posts this every few months, and I always am just like, yes, I agree completely. Girls are filthy human beings. Make no mistake. Girls are messy when left to their own volition. So whenever you first start dating a girl, she'll probably tidy up. It's kind of like the movies where, he's coming home with her. And so she's like, okay, give me 3 minutes. And she goes and throws everything around and makes things look straight. Same thing. Girls are messy. But then, generally speaking, once she has her own home, once she establishes a house with you, once she's starting to think about building a family with you, oftentimes that clicks a lot of girls kind of out of their messy habits, because now there are more people to provide for, to take care of. You have less time for the major cleanup. You have to be able to be straightening and cleaning and staying on top of things all hours of the day and night. So this can't be a thing. But this is what most guys deal with, where she's going to bitch about him leaving the toilet seat up. She's going to bitch about him putting his laundry on the floor instead of in the basket. She's going to bitch that he doesn't rinse his dishes. And yet this is what her space looks like. There do not be afraid to call her out on this shit. This is ridiculous. Not to mention the fact that in today's day and age, there are so many organizing or space cleaning or just ways that girls can cheaply keep everything together and organized and hidden without really any effort. So this is bizarre, and yet so many of you deal with it that this is worth mentioning. I love this Super 70s Sports. It's such a good account. I've never had to take public transit, but that's pretty funny. Oh, man. That's funny. Let's see. Oh my. All right. Let's go. Oh, hold on. Yes. You guys need to look at what a girl's mother looks like. How has she aged? Now, the caveat here is that with nutrition, with habits that the generations coming up have, there are 19-year-old girls who look worse and are fatter and less healthy than their 45, 50-year-old mothers. This is a real problem. So, in fact, Fort Worth and I were just talking about this in relation to one of the men that we know through the gym. He has the most badass dad who at 80 years old is still water skiing barefoot. Like, he's doing all this stuff. He's lean and mean. He looks like so many of you guys in our neck of the woods here. And yet the son, who is 40, drinks all the time. He looks like you can like touch his belly and he would explode. He's following in his father's footsteps professionally in so many areas. And yet I think, Fort Worth and I were talking about this, we really believe that he thinks that he's going to age as well as his father has. It's just not a possibility. You have to take care of yourself in order to age well. You have to take care of yourself. So this is true. You know what a girl's going to look like? 90% chance she's going to look like her mother. If her mother is a fat tub of lard, that's a pretty strong indicator that she's going to have a long road ahead of her, unless she really, really, really adopts excellent habits and never lets them go. That's where frame comes in. We talked about this exclusively on yesterday's Bunny Show Live. So if you did not catch, let's see, what date would that have been? August 6th, Bunny Show Live. Rewind the tape and go to it. It is so good, and it's what so many people need to hear about women and weight and aging. So the caveat here is that in order for you or the girls that you're interested in to age well or age as well as your parents, you have to get ahead of it, be proactive, and have good habits from the get-go. As women age, their looks fade, their beauty subsides, their bodies gain weight, their minds become docile. Absolutely. As men age, our looks enhance, our beauty blossoms, our bodies strengthen, our minds become sharper. This can be true. It can be true. And I am 100% the first person to say that girls age harder than men. we're all human beings, and girls start to age and look more like men. Men who do not take care of themselves and do not actively harden themselves by lifting heavy things, by doing hard things, and by staying on top of health, nutrition, and your mental health as well. Estrogen levels soar. Men who don't take care of themselves start to get jowls. They start to look like women. So the two morph together. But the thing that can slow this process is good nutrition and good fitness. Let's see what's said. Hold on. My LTR. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. My LTR looks like her 78-year-old mother and super thin. My LTR works out 5 days a week. She's 45. Her 25-year-old daughter is fat and out of shape, eats like crap, and does no exercise at all. Exactly. This is the perfect point. Thank you so much for jumping in. And yet, the 25-year-old daughter either looks at her mother and goes, and her grandmother, it sounds like, and says, I'm going to age as well as they do because look at them and they look great. And I'm just kind of overweight right now, but I will look like them because that's what my genetics are like. No, she's destroying her genetics. She's destroying the good habits that your girl and her mother were raised with. And she's not going to age well because she's destroying any hope of establishing good habits. She eats like crap and doesn't do exercise. Those two things are all you need to know to tell you that she is not going to age as well as your LTR and her mother. It's heartbreaking. It's sad. She's going to have, if she ever gets pregnant, she's going to have a more difficult pregnancy. She's going to pass these unhealthy genes onto her children. It's a downward spiral of hell that I don't wish on anyone. So I hope, Stone, that your girl's daughter gets her shit together. Maybe your LTR needs to talk to her and have a real hard discussion with her about her future and the fact that she desperately needs to get a hang of it, because otherwise it's not going to magically happen. Oh, I just opened another. With that being said, I hope that if you are not already, please jump onto my email list. This is where I put my most important stuff. I do a lot of talk with you guys. I try to offer a lot of really valuable content to you via the daily show, via my Sunday show, through the Morning Hustle with Fort Worth. There are so many different ways that I try to bring you guys high value and bring you content that you can really sink your teeth into and do something with. Every once in a while, I'm gonna try and sell you when I've got a new book launch, when I've got something exciting to share with you, when I need to make rent, I'm gonna push something extra. But for the most part, I'm trying to send you emails that you can take as actionable advice and really differentiate you from the masses. This is a great way that I just try to share with you the whats, the whys, the hows that girls are doing, the weird, stupid, confusing shit that they do, because girls are not a mystery, yet they really want you to believe that they are. So I decipher through my girl brain lens for you here on this show, but also in the Bunny Report. I say it's a weekly newsletter because that gives me a little bit of leeway, but really I try to email you something of value almost every day. So get on my email list if you aren't already. I don't want to brag, but it's got 5 stars. It's pretty popular. So I hope that you are on there, and I hope that you are also enjoying it. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope to see you in 23 and a half hours. And I will also be posting this online in its entirety on Twitter or X under my profile. So the next morning, you can always watch this show, not live. I love you tuning in live, though, because then you can join in the conversation and really share more of what's going on, your hot takes on things, and answer some questions too. So thank you so much for joining me today. Go lift heavy things, go have sex, and be productive, and win the day. Bye.